What is up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, we have the 2023 Ross Chastain Moose Fraternity Chevrolet Camaro. Let's go ahead and get out of the box and check out this diecast. And here we go in today's diecast review. Guys, this is an incredible looking paint scheme. It's a brand new version of the Moose paint scheme in 2021, or 2022 rather. He had the Martinsville wall ride. Well, that moment became so iconic that it was kind of time for them to change the paint scheme because that one's going to be replayed until probably the end of time. So with a brand new look in 2023, man, I wish it was 03. Now you have this Chevrolet Camaro. It is a beautiful design. There's a lot of gradients, the black and the red, and yes, those chrome numbers. Incredible stuff. It's got Moose Fraternity right there on the hood. You got Chastain with the Chevrolet bow tie. Go to the front of the diecast. You can get a very good look at the gradient, the black and the red. Fantastic looking race car. Got the number one right there, Sudoku, Trackhouse Racing, Sudoku. Go to the left side of the diecast, and there's that metallic chrome foil number. Beautiful looking diecast. And the spoiler on this car as well is also painted red. That's something we don't see a lot. Usually the next gen spoilers are painted black, so very cool indeed. You got the Moose Fraternity logo, which kind of looks like it reminds me of kind of like the NCAA like sports logos or something for like college football teams. It actually looks pretty cool. Got beamoose.org. Got beamoose.org, which it's kind of funny if you think about it. That looks a lot like the Grand Theft Auto font, so shout out to Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, GTA 6. Hey, that's like one of my favorite game series of all time, Grand Theft Auto. So that's kind of cool to see him use a font that's pretty similar. Worldwide Express, Advent Health, Kubota, Jockey, get the number one. NASCAR 75th Anniversary, Cup Series, Goodyear. You can see the front stripe just on top of the Goodyear G. So that's a little bit of a decal nuance. Ross Chastain, Sibians. Got your B post decal. Go to the back into the diecast, and this is awesome. The red spoiler, you have the pop rivet design on the back end of it. You have the Chevrolet bow tie Moose Fraternity and that Camaro logo with the soft gradient on both sides. Quaker State, number one. Go to the right side of the diecast. Unfortunately, I do see a slight blemish in the chrome number on this side. That's unfortunate, but what a beautiful looking diecast, man. If you have not picked up your copy of this car, which I know I'm late to doing a diecast review on it, that's what happens sometimes, right? Hey, better late than never. You know what I'm saying? You can pick up your copy of this car if it's still in stock over there at Circle B Diecast, fellas. It's probably going to be on sale. I mean, I'd imagine this car is probably going to be around $6, so almost half off from where it originally retailed. But if you wait too long and it gets rare, guess what? They're not going to have any in stock or the price goes up. So take your pick. Go to the top of the diecast, get the red and white number one. I really, really love the Trackhouse Racing font. Seeing them take the number one car number for the Cup Series and finally getting rid of the Ganassi font was one of my favorite things ever. Like, I love Kurt Busch, right? Love Jay McMurray. But man, did that number one font drive me bananas for so many years. Like, every other number one font in the entire sport has a cool, I think they call it italic. Is that how you pronounce it? Where the number's kind of skewed. It looked great. And for whatever reason, they chose the most flat, bland number one font I've ever seen in my life. I'm so glad Trackhouse Racing got it. I know. Some people liked it. That's great. I respect that opinion. But for me, it drove me nuts. Yeah, Moose Fraternity there. Got Chastain, and, well, guess what? You got a moose on the deck lid. This is a cool looking paint scheme. Is it better than the 2022 edition of this car? I don't know. I kind of like this paint scheme a little bit more in terms of looks because it's a little bit more of a stealth kind of vibe to it. The majority of the car is black, but then you have the red gradients that really kind of piece it together. But the 2022 paint scheme, and the reason why I said they needed to change it is there is you can only advertise the paint scheme so much before it loses its effect. There's a reason why sponsors leave the sport for a while and then they come back. You can only advertise so much that eventually it just stops having an effect. So with that paint scheme having that iconic moment, it really doesn't do them any good to keep the same paint scheme because that same paint scheme is going to be replayed every single time they run Martinsville. Every single time they run Martinsville, it's going to be replayed. It's the same thing with Darlington 03. Every single time we go to Darlington, Tide, Rubbermaid / Sharpie gets a commercial. That's the reality. So the best way for to market your brand is to actually change the look of the car, give them something new to look at, because the old paint scheme is still going to get ran in terms of replaying what happened at Martinsville with the wall ride every single year. That's just the way it works. It's like Clint Boyer. Every single time they go to Daytona, Jack Daniels gets a check because Clint Boyer is upside down crossing the start finish line. That's just the way NASCAR sponsors work. It's crazy. So that's all for now. Thank you all for watching. Have a blessed one. Diecast Buffet. Sign it off.